This is Scott Becker with the Becker Private Equity Business Podcast. We try and bring to you regularly short business episodes, short private equity episodes, stories where you learn something and also hopefully get a kick out of them a little bit. We're going to go through this morning just 4 different stories. I'll have a separate podcast today on when a key executive leaves in the hope that they'll take some of their people with them. And we'll talk about that separately. And there's obviously 2 sides to that. I say that somewhat jokingly, but we'll talk about that on a separate podcast later today. So here's 4 of the stories that we're covering today, that we're following today. First, the markets are having a solid week, and they look to close well today as well. It's Friday. They're up. The S&P's up nearly 2% this week. The Nasdaq's up nearly 4.5% to 5% this week. They point up today. People are getting more excited about the Fed rate cutting, and we're getting very close to that. I guess 4 to 5 days away from seeing what the Fed's first move is. Second, Medical Properties Trust. They were the biggest landlord to Steward Healthcare. They had been taking it on the chin as Steward Healthcare went into the tanks and went bankrupt. Now, Medical Properties Trust is pointing back up. It was up double digits yesterday on news that Steward is selling or transferring money to their hospitals, that those hospitals, new systems, new owners will take over those leases, and that Medical Properties Trust is not stuck with some of the old situations with Steward hospitals. They are seeing an amazing rebound. I'm not sure I saw that coming so quickly, but Medical Properties Trust doing a great job. Another lesson in customer concentration. This one seems to be moving in the right direction. Third, Boeing, which seems to not get any good news, is seeing its first strike now since 2008. It's a strike in Seattle, not sleepless in Seattle, and Boeing is down nearly 40% year to date. Fourth, one of the companies that we love to love and love to hate, Restoration Hardware, RH, is up nearly 25% today on great Q2 results. I don't think people saw that in a lagging economy that it would do so well. But again, it's aimed at the lower upper class, the upper class versus the lower income and the middle income, which are having a much harder time in this economy. So I think that's fascinating to see RH doing that well. Again, RH is one of those stores, when I go into, they treat me like I am trash because I don't look as nicely as maybe I shop. But it is what it is. I get used to it. Thank you for listening to the Becker Private Equity Business Podcast. Feel free to anytime to text Scott Becker with podcast ideas, 773-766-5322. Thank you very much.